Yeah.
Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thank you for joining us once again here on the Friday Night Panel for another exciting episode brought to you by Mike Orr and his friends. Tonight we have in the studio with us a special guest, Jen Williams, who's going to be fighting her second professional fight next weekend. And also Jay who?
Jay who? Yeah, I know, guys. I've been a little absent, but guess what? I'm back like I never left. So, hey.
Excellent.
I'm glad the producer turned down your microphone. All right, Mike. You want to get us started there with your little intro?
Yes, of course. Today's episode is brought to you by the BetStamp app, which is helping thousands of people win at sports betting for free. The same way travelers use Google Flights or Expedia to find the best prices, bettors can now use BetStamp to do the same. When you place a bet, the odds given by a sportsbook will determine how much you can possibly win, even when betting on the same outcome. Different sportsbooks will offer varying payouts, and these differences can be huge. Thankfully, BetStamp allows you to easily line shop for the most profitable odds across all sportsbooks. You can click on any matchup and instantly see all the different odds for game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the simplest way to find an edge in sports betting and maximize your chances of winning long-term. On average, BetStamp users win an extra $1,000 plus yearly just by line shopping. You can find BetStamp app on the Apple iOS Store, Google Play Store, or through your browser at www.betstamp.app. To access all these benefits, sign up using promo code TALKINFIGHT and start your journey to successful sports betting today. If you forget to use the code upon sign up, you can always enter our code in your BetStamp account settings afterwards, guys. So go check that out. Again, www.betstamp.app/TalkinFight. So let's get to it.
Let's get to it. And you know it's working because look at how rich Mike is these days.
Right? Hey, man, I'm up. Believe it or not. Yeah, I am.
That's awesome. Share the wealth, boy.
Right. So it's
Jay,
not that much yet.
So Jay, you're back from Tampa. You had a lot of fun down there. You've been sweeping the streets for about a week now. So, oh my goodness, now we got the whole crew's coming in.
Who's that?
There he goes. We just bounced him right out.
Set up.
So before we introduce Jen, let her ramble on for the next half hour. You got anything to say there, Jay?
Well, yeah, I was down at the Creator Clash event over there at the arena in Tampa, Florida. It was a great event. There was 20,000 people. The fans were loving it. It was so exciting. There was several crazy knockouts. You know, it was influencer boxing, but they weren't influencing nothing. They were knocking each other out of the ring. It was really exciting. I had a great time, and I can't wait for the next one next year. Hopefully, they could take it to the Amway Arena in Orlando, which sits approximately 40,000 fans. So we can talk about that later.
Yeah, anywhere but Tampa right now. Hey Tim, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. We have a special guest joining us.
See, the pretty lady.
Hey.
Pretty lady, how you doing? I'm Big Timmy Witherspoon.
So there you go, two-time heavyweight champ of the world joining us, and you maybe give you some tips on defense. I don't know, maybe, but anyway, Jen's going to be fighting next week in.
Okay. I was waiting for that to come out. Okay.
Yeah. She's a boxer. And going into the ring next week for her second professional fight, taking place in Brantford, being put on by Wisdom Promotions, right? A good friend of ours,
yes,
Eddie Wisdom.
Wisdom Promotions.
And so who are you going to be fighting, Jen? Tell us all about it.
Carla Soria, and she's from Mexico, and I actually fought her in my pro debut.
Oh.
Ooh.
Please tell us you won.
You fighting her again?
Fighting her again, yeah.
Did you win? You win the first fight?
I did.
Okay, so what am I saying? Did you win it? Yeah.
What he meant was, did you knock her out?
That's a rematch, championship rematch.
It's a rematch, yeah. Yeah, she wants to come back, do it all over again. So
for more punishment.
Take home another W.
Right.
There you go.
So what weight class are you fighting in?
147.
47. Nice. Welterweight. There you go.
Tall and lean. So.
But what got you in?
Pardon?
What got you into boxing?
What got me into boxing? I started boxing when I was in high school, and then after I had my son, I was back in the gym, just getting back into shape, and I decided, yeah, sure, why not give it a try? So I got into the ring, and then I never looked back. Just been fighting ever since. So it's been about 5 years. I had 20 amateur bouts, and then my coach Bill Williams convinced me, hey, let's do this, let's go pro, and here we are today, getting ready for my second. So
Yep. Trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
Right? You got to keep fighting hard.
Yeah.
What was it like getting punched in the face first?
Yeah, it was like I was really nervous, taking the helmet off and getting in the ring, and that was interesting. And I remember asking some of the other pro guys that I spar with and that I'm working with in the gym, and they just kind of reassured me that, really, the headgear is to protect you from the headbutts for the most part, So I'm like, okay, all right. And then I remember coming out of the ring at the end of the fight, and I was like, oh yeah, I felt that headbutt. That's the only thing I really remember getting hit in the face was the one time where our heads collided. We just got too close together. But other than that, I don't really remember taking a shot in the face and thinking any different from amateur boxing. So now that I kind of got that little bit out of the way, I'm not as nervous going in the second time, getting ready for the next fight. So,
man, I was real nervous on my first one.
Yeah.
I was nervous, and Terrell Biggs, he was the Olympic. Terrell Biggs, he was coming in. He was fighting, and I was waiting. I was like, oh, nervous, and the fights were on. And I was like nervous. Then when he came in, that made it even worse. Terrell Biggs, the gold medalist.
Yeah,
you guys know him, right? Man, I was really that day. My first fight, boy, I was nervous. Then I knocked the guy out in the first round, though. But I was real nervous. Awesome. How'd you feel on your first day, first fight?
Yeah, I remember feeling nervous too, for sure.
Yeah.
But then as soon as the bell goes, that's over.
Right.
It just leaves you.
She's a tiger.
Oh my God. Yeah. So thank goodness for that. I just keep reminding myself, well, once the bell goes, that's it. You won't be nervous anymore, and just use that.
Is a 2-minute round long enough, or would you appreciate 3-minute rounds?
Well, I did fight 3-minute rounds as an amateur. After you have 10 bouts, right? You go to 3-minute rounds. So I was kind of excited about that. Actually, I was like, this is going to be all right. Have a little bit less time, and I can do a little bit more in that round. And yeah, so it was okay though. I didn't really notice a big difference.
Did they do that because of safety? Cut that minute off?
Why did they do that?
No, I'm saying, did they do that for safety? Because they brought 15 rounds down from 50. I mean, they brought the rounds down from 15 to 12 because of safety. Too many rounds and get damaged. So that's what I was asking you.
Yeah, I don't know, because the guys fight 3-minute rounds, right?
Yes.
Pro, so.
Yeah. Okay.
What they do in creator class, Jay?
Well, what would they do in creator class? What they were doing?
It wasn't called
creator
boxing.
Class, all the boxing matches, with exception to the last one, which was actually a pro fight between iDubbbz and Wasabi. They were all 5-minute. They were all 5-round, 2-minute rounds. So, and then the Alex Wasabi versus iDubbbz were 4 3-minute rounds. So the athletic commission would not allow, because they were exhibitions, and they weren't signed up through the Florida Athletic Commission. They wouldn't allow them to go ahead and do 3-minute rounds. So they were only able to do 2-minute 5 rounds for 2 minutes. So I got a question for you. So who who do you feel like you've styled your boxing style from? Like who was like that one fighter that you were like, I want to box like that one, like that person?
I have to be completely honest with you. I don't watch a lot of boxing, and my coach is probably watching this and like kind of hating on me a little bit right now because he's always like, you need to watch more. You need to watch more. I'm a doer. I'm not really like, I don't follow boxing like a lot of the guys in the gym, and they're talking about this person and that person. And I'm just, yeah, like Bill is forever sending me videos and clips to watch, and I will watch the clips and things like that, but I don't feel like I follow anybody as in style or anything like that. I feel like it's my own style. I just move and try to be slick in there and do my thing.
So
you could pick little things from different videos and just pick little things and add it to your repertoire. You can.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I used to do. I watch some. If there's something you could use, try, and if your trainer agree with it, then try to keep using it. But that's how.
Yeah.
I used to do that too. Joe Frazier putting this thing. I used to try that. Then I was doing the Philly shell. It was fun. As long as your trainer agree with it.
Yeah.
So I guess we won't ask you the skill testing question then.
You can try. Probably I wouldn't, but
a pair of boxing gloves is the prize if you get it.
Oh gosh.
The top 5 pound for pound female fighters in the world right now, according to ESPN, are.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
He always do stuff.
I have no clue either.
Okay, thank God. I feel like I know like a couple names, but I wouldn't know who's the top. Mary Spencer.
Mike and Graham do that all the time. They do that all the time.
Well, that's a good point. Is Mary Spencer still undefeated?
I think she actually just had a loss.
Oh, there's that one.
Don't quote me, but.
So yeah, you got Clarissa Shields, you got Katie Taylor, you got Amanda Serrano, and you know what? The last two, the top 5, Mike, I know you got it right there, and you're dying to tell us. Go ahead, Mike.
Michaela Mayer,
Shields, Taylor, Serrano, Cameron, Baumgartner.
There you go.
Surprised Cameron's in there. All right.
I should be taking
Alrighty,
notes.
What's that?
I should be taking notes.
Yeah. This is classroom. Mike, we got some fights coming up, don't we?
Yes, we do. In the world of boxing, injuries are unfortunately a common occurrence. Fighters put their bodies on the line every time they step into that ring. Guys, we were supposed to see rising star Virgil Ortiz was forced to pull out of the main event this weekend due to some serious conditions. The diagnosis is not something to take lightly, and it can cause permanent damage, and can be potentially fatal. So that's unfortunate to hear. He has been preparing for this fight, on April 29th in Arlington, Texas against Stanos for the WBA regular welterweight world championships. However, with his health being the top priority, he had to make that difficult decision to withdraw from the fight this weekend, guys. So in the meantime, boxing fans can still look forward to an exciting matchup between William Zepeda and former world champion challenger Jamie Arboleda. Zepeda hails from San Mateo, Mexico, and boasts an impressive 27-0 record with 23 knockouts. He pulled off that major upset in October when he defeated Joseph Diaz Jr. And now he's scheduled to defend his WBA Continental America's lightweight title against Arboleda. Arboleda, who is from Panama, has that record of 19-2 with 14 knockouts. He has proven himself to be a tough competitor in the ring and will undoubtedly give Zepeda a run for his money. This matchup promises to be a thrilling one for boxing fans, with both fighters bringing their A game and leaving everything on the line. In the world of sports, injuries are setbacks, an unfortunate reality, but as fans and supporters, we can continue to show our support for these fighters and look forward to their eventual return to the ring. Ortiz will undoubtedly bounce back stronger than ever. And in the meantime, Zepeda, Arboleda will put on the show for the fans for tomorrow night. So I'm waiting for this that we're gonna watch, except what's going on in Canada. There is a card going on at the casino. So that one's headed up by Brandon Cook, I believe it is the headliner for that one. Yeah, Ajax Casino. This one's Buxton Promotions. So this one will be underway. Definitely gonna want to miss that one either. But yes, this Cepeda fight. What are your thoughts on it?
I'll chime in first, though, but
Yeah.
as a bit of a sidebar to that,
Yes.
I've been following the intriguing and somewhat funny story following the Ryan Garcia loss to Tank Davis.
Yes.
Because it involves this young unknown fellow who, by the way, won at Sony Hall in New York last night. But he claimed in his Twitter feed, I believe, that he had injured Ryan Garcia while sparring with him prior to their fight. And so Tank Davis took advantage of that injury. So when asked about the injury, his father even said, yes, Ryan was in fact injured and should not have fought that night.
So how did Tank get the information that his rib was hurt?
Well, that's the other that's the other intriguing part of this story.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Garcia's camp believed there was a mole, someone feeding Tank information throughout the camp.
Okay.
And that's
usually what happens too with big fights like that.
Right. So this fellow, I believe he's from Thailand and doesn't claim to speak any English whatsoever and was using Google Translate when he was merely thanking Ryan Garcia for the opportunity to injure him while sparring. So anyway, social media caught fire, and yeah, I know. These are excuses. I know.
Yeah. And Graham Ellerby, for the promotions.
Yep.
He even admitted when they were doing an interview post fight that we do this. We don't play this. We do this. So he was practically admitting, in other words, that they did have a mole in his camp.
Right.
There's no other way. He said, yes, we knew exactly what time he woke up. We knew what time he went to bed. We knew how many miles he ran. So they knew exactly what they were doing in training. And that's so unfortunate. You got to really watch. And to you that you're starting in boxing, Jen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. To you that you're starting in boxing now, you got to know who's on your boat. You got to know who's your boat, because while you're rowing and you're trying to get somewhere, you might have a couple people over there drilling holes in your boat. So you got to be very careful with that.
That's really extreme for them to go that far. If to send somebody in. And I know that we like briefly did something to that effect, like send somebody when we go to the fight, or there might be somebody, not somebody stationary in your opponent's camp, but somebody that'll come by every once in a while and see what's going on. It's not somebody that would stay there. But that they had somebody actually there, a trader that was among them. This is what you're saying, right?
Yep.
Right. That is more deeper. So we usually just go in close to the fight, or maybe in the beginning, try to get some information, and then try to use it at the fights. But for somebody that's planted in there, that's going far with that. Like somebody going in, infiltrating, and get a lot of info and send it back.
Well, to take it all a step further, Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, doesn't even show up at the press conference after the fight.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
And the reason he said he didn't show up is because he'd been having death threats all week long.
Okay.
So this is how serious it's getting, quite frankly, and so peculiar and disappointing, yet on the other hand, somewhat entertaining for the average fan, I would have to imagine. I mean, this
why
stuff
would somebody want to kill Oscar?
I have no idea. Well, okay.
He's a nice kid. He's a nice guy.
Maybe some old debts.
He's a nice guy. He has a lot of money. He has a lot of money.
Hey, 1.2 million pay-per-view buys and 22.8 million at the gate.
Yes.
And Mike, how much of that do you think it was Davis, and how much of that was Ryan? Because David has fought pay-per-view for so long. He's only had over 200,000 buys, and now all of a sudden
it definitely was the fact that we finally got to see a fight that was in the making for years. That's why everybody tuned in to see the fight that was being talked about like this, back and forth and back and forth. It finally had, like, yo, if we ever see an undisputed heavyweight championship fight, I bet you any money those pay-per-view buys will be bigger than that. So, you know, it's just all about what the fans want, man. This is what the fans want, and it shows time and time again. When you put the fights together that the fans want to see, the money gets made. We're tired of seeing all these bullshit fighters, all these lineal champs fighting this lineal champ, and this asshole fighting for this asshole belt. Like, yo, let's just get the people together and fight for real, man. Get these titles fighted for, man. Like, come on, undisputed champion. We haven't had one in the heavyweight division since the 4-belt era. Like, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Garcia should just bounce back. He should just bounce back. I think he can. Dan Goosen being in the corner was no help. That's my man. They should have got, that was big money, big fight. They should have got somebody to make him look sharper than that. Find out what he need, try to place it there, and then go in there. But he should come back. I believe he can put things together and come back. He got that. Let that heal up and come back. Learn defense. Tighten that D up, countering and all that.
You know what? So, like, even the fact that they're saying that he was hurt and everything still doesn't take away the fact that when you take away that stupid hook, he's got nothing else. He's got no damn skills. And it was.
But the thing was
they eliminated his weapon.
It was a plan. It was a plan.
Out of play, and that wasn't what happened. He had nothing else. And then he got dropped in the second round, and right then and there, you could see it in his eyes. He was like,
"Fuck!" What he was doing, he needed a trainer in his corner. He was using his jab. His right hand was a jab in that fight. So Tank was going to forget about that left hook if he kept on that right, trying to drill him don't get too close. Stay out there and get it out here. Now he was using his jab. When you fighting a southpaw, because your jab is that right hand. Then bring that left hook. So Tank would have forgot about that left hook. Maybe they was practicing to block his left hook. They had to be. So you get him thinking this way. Damn, he throwing that right hand. That left going to get in. That could be one scenario. But there were several other ones too. He could have tightened his defense up. And being hit on that rib. People saying, "Oh, he conked out and all that." It was a big fight. All this hoopla and everything. He's a young man. Big fight, and I think he might have made decisions that didn't benefit him, and he didn't, I would have got up, I would have got hurt. I would have tried to keep on fighting, but all that pressure, he made that decision. So all I can say is just come back, get it together, come on back, and go from there.
No, and Tim throwing the same combination 3 times in a row to a reactive fighter. You're talking about one of the best counter punchers in the boxing world in Tank Davis. He's a reactive fighter. He's gonna let you come in every single time. Okay. Boom, you're out. Most of his knockouts have been flash knockouts. Most of his knockout wins have been flash knockout wins. Because why? Because he's setting you up. He's allowing you to come forward. Teofimo Lopez said it perfectly. He said the only way to fight Tank Davis is to pop him with the jab and step out. Let Tank come to you, because I've never seen, Tank is a great fighter. I can't take nothing away from Tank, but I have never seen Tank really coming forward until he has his opponent hurt.
That's how his knockouts came when he came forward. That's how his he just sneak it in there.
Yeah.
All you got to do is defend that. Real quick. All I keep saying on this show, and other ones, when I fought Larry Holmes, what was Larry Holmes' strength? Was a jab. We took that away. We had guys throwing 100,000 jabs at us. So when I got in the ring, when I fought Larry, it was so easy. I forgot about his jab. I said, man, there's nothing now. I can block when I want. They should have practiced hard blocking that uppercut. Throwing that right hand, not keep throwing the famous left hook. Yep. Let him think about, oh, he's hitting me with that right hand, like I said before. I guarantee you it would have made a little difference and tighten his defense up. He was like this, just like Joe Joyce, just like Anthony Joshua. He was doing the same thing, so he need to come back. Get himself together. We all should encourage him. We all should encourage him. You know,
Yeah.
he got in there, and he didn't have no real trainer in this corner, right? I love Dan Goose, and I did business with him. But this is when you need. This is when you need. But if, like I said, if somebody making a lot of money, you think they're gonna step aside and let somebody come in? You got to really weigh things. Is it worth it? What I mean by worth it, should I do something like that? Give up that money and let somebody come in, or maybe take half of it and have the guy come in and help the boxer, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah. And Tim, do you think if Eddie Reynoso was his trainer, do you think he would have fought a little differently?
If who?
Eddie Reynoso, 3-time trainer of the year.
I don't know. I hate to say it, but I don't know. I don't know of him. Mike know everybody. Mike know all the fights and everything, and I feel kind of awkward not know. I don't know him. And I know 3-time, 4-time champions that was really good and won them belts, but they can't teach. I'm serious. We can go on that another show, but I know boxers that made it, but can't really teach that good. Okay, and we can get into that. And I've seen it before. My trainer was good and everything. He was good. He could show you with everything. He could show you exactly what he teaching. But there's some guys out there, and we go talk about it, that made it, but they can't really teach. Just think about it. They can't teach really good.
All right.
I know some names.
All right. So, speaking of controversy, I'm glad you brought up Teofimo Lopez. Have you read this one, Jay? Have you read it?
I've seen several articles about it and a bunch of people talking about it. He said some pretty bad stuff there.
I can't believe it. How to ruin your career in one weekend? Like,
yeah, I mean, those are the things, especially in the times that we're going through now in this country. For him to say that, it's not. It wasn't a great thing to say at that moment. It's something that if he felt that way, he should have kept it to himself.
The Top Rank prefers black fighters. Like, wow.
Well, he went on. He went on not only on that rant, but he went on about the commentators too.
Yeah, oh my God, man.
Yeah.
But
go ahead, Jay.
But Mike, if you think that was true, right? Why would Bob Arum love Lomachenko so much, and all his other fighters? Why would he love them so much if that was true? I don't think that's true. I don't see that happening. Why would he let Crawford go if that was the case? He would have just gave him anything he wanted. So I don't buy it. What do you think, Mike?
Oh, man, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to even touch this one.
Yeah,
I don't want to be put in no hot seat either, man. I don't think I'm going to touch this one. I think I'm just going to let Teofimo ride that ship all the way down.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm not getting into that at all.
All right, let's talk about something fun then. The heavyweight division for one brief moment. Two things. One of my favorites entering the ring soon here in America, and I'm looking forward to that spectacle in December they're planning for Saudi Arabia. Have you heard about this one? So they're planning Anthony Joshua against Deontay Wilder and Alexander Usyk against Tyson Fury.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
So I mean, it's not confirmed, but I'm looking forward to seeing the real big baby Jared Anderson in the ring again. He's 14-0 right now, and I'm telling you, and I hope Carl's listening to this because that guy keeps climbing the mountain. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're calling Dillian White now old, over the top. Joe Joyce may have a stiff chin, but at the end of the day, who you got left up top there? There's not much.
I don't know, and I don't really care about Tyson Fury and Andy Ruiz, to be honest.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I forgot to mention that. Right?
Yeah, like come on, what are we doing, man? Are we just going to continuously keep fighting the same crap over and over again?
Well, I heard that's they're doing like a tournament style fight between those 4 fighters, and the winner of the 2 are supposed to fight each other again. You hear that
I
one?
didn't hear that.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That should happen, but
Yeah. I just
mean,
want to see somebody get knocked out, man. Like, come on. Like, for real. Right, Jen? Jen, are you with me?
I'm with you.
we don't
Sorry that I'm not able to
we don't
join in so much in this
I know,
conversation.
I know.
I'm enjoying listening to you guys.
I feel
Though.
bad
Which
because
state? Which state?
No,
you fight
don't feel
out
bad.
of? Where do you fight out of? What city?
Brantford. I'm here in Brantford,
in Canada,
Okay.
Tim,
Ontario.
in Canada.
Toronto, near Toronto.
Oh, okay.
He's like,
Toronto.
oh, okay, shit.
Toronto, eh?
Brantford,
Toronto,
home of Wayne
eh?
Gretzky. That's what we're known for.
That's right.
Toronto, eh? I used to hang out with the Hilton brothers. You know the Hilton. She don't know the. She don't know the
I
Hilton
don't know.
brothers.
Toronto, eh?
I thought they were from Montreal.
Yeah, they are. They some
okay.
bad boys.
So I should just know them.
You
Yeah,
don't know them?
exactly.
You don't know them,
No.
What, you don't know those bad boys?
girl. You need to get some of their tapes. Get some of their
Okay.
tapes and watch them fight. The Hilton brothers. They some tough dudes. I'm telling you. Straight from Montreal, right, Graham?
Yeah, they were. They were good.
Ah.
So back to Jen real quick.
Yep.
Do you like to go in there and brawl, or are you a boxer? You like to snap that jab?
I like to snap that jab. Yeah, when you were talking about that earlier. Yeah, I like to use my jab.
How tall are you? How tall are you?
5'7.5". 5'7".
Okay,
Oh, wow.
5'7". Okay, all right. Keep that
So
defense
typically,
tight.
like I've had a little bit of reach on most of my opponents. Yeah. So,
Keep that defense tight. Remember, they got to hit you too. Learn
Yeah.
how to block. Learn how to block stuff in front of your face,
mhm.
because that's what they're aiming for. So you should practice holding your hand like near your face, because that's where they're gonna try to hit you.
Yeah.
Go right there or leave it there. Boom, boom. And then you get confidence. You could leave it, move it to the side, but leave it in front of your face, because everybody gonna try to hit you right here.
Right.
So why not leave it there? Just leave it there or leave it right near there. And when it comes, bop, bop. That's what you need to. I'm serious. That'll give you a lot of confidence knowing you could block your opponent's jab. Okay.
Yeah.
And try to make sure that you strengthen your jab up to get yours in, because that's what everybody do when the bell rings. They try to exchange jabs, and then after that, they try to set you up, right?
Yeah.
Make sure that jab is important.
Mhm.
Make sure that jab works.
Yeah.
I hope I
Yeah, and if you
get paid for that.
blocking is blocking your sight. Use your peripheral view.
Mhm.
Use peripheral view. You don't have to look straight at them. You can see everything coming, and you're able to move around with that hand in front of your face too.
Right.
You don't kind of keep looking straight forward. You can always
Mhm.
side and use that.
Yeah. She
Go ahead.
typically came in with that big right hand, like swoop. So been working a little bit on
What
that.
big right hand? What big right hand?
She just comes in with that big, like swooping right hand.
Overhand.
Who comes in like that?
Her
opponent.
opponent.
My opponent. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, rematch.
How
is
tall is she?
rematch.
How tall is she? How tall
She's
is she?
shorter than me. I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe
okay.
5'5".
So yeah, you just gotta keep your defense tight. Just
Yeah.
keep your defense tight. And you should be working
Yeah.
your jab. If you folks throw fire, we talked about this before. Try to make her bend down, because your shot is gonna be the uppercuts. How much shorter is she than you?
Well, she's probably
How
like 5'5", 5'6", maybe.
And she be ducking a lot. She be going down. a
Yeah,
lot to
she
get
was
her.
leaning down. Yeah, quite a bit.
So you should keep your defense tight. Throw fire, because if you throw fire, she'll go down. But really, what you want to do is hit her with the uppercuts.
Yeah.
So make her go this. If you go over top, I'm not trying to take you out your plan, but if you throw fire up high, what you're really doing is forcing her to go down.
Right.
Really, in your mind, that's where you want her to go, so you could get that uppercut up. Okay, you can fake her, throw punches. As soon as they go down, that's really your main shot, the one down there.
Okay.
And go back on defense. Right after you finish punching, go right back up to the defense.
Right.
Okay?
Sounds
Every
good.
time you throw a combo, come right back to keep your face pretty, all right?
All right. I will try my best.
Okay.
Hey Jen, we have a question from Cedric, one of our other panelists who
Cedric
couldn't be
the
with it.
Bulldog.
Cedric. He's a trainer as well. He's out of Windsor and he's working with Boxing Ontario fighters. But he's asking what gym are you training at and who's your coach?
Bell City Boxing, and my coach is Bill Williams. No relation, just my coach.
Just my coach.
Just the coach. Wow.
There you go, Cedric.
My coach and my best friend, I should say. You know, him and we're really close. So I got a good guy in my corner, and
do you use the hammer?
Got me to where I am today. He convinced me. He's like, Jen, you got to do this. You got to go pro. So here I am.
Do you use the hammer a lot? Do you use the hammer a lot?
The hammer.
Yeah, the big sludge hammer. Do you use that?
Like for workouts.
Yeah.
For working out? No, not usually.
What's the part about working out you hate the most?
That'll help you. I live by that. I live by the hammer.
Like the hammer. I do like the slam ball. Slam ball.
Okay, that's cool. All right.
I like the 12-inch weight. Sorry, the 12-ounce weight. What am I talking about?
Whoa! Where are we?
I wasn't sure where this was going.
Yeah, you know what? I was like, wait a minute. That was almost.
I'm so used to that. I'm so used to that being in
DJ caught that one and rewound. It was like.
You're right-handed. You're right-handed, right? You're right-handed.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you knocked somebody out and they went to sleep?
Well, I haven't knocked anyone out yet to go to sleep, but I hope to do that.
Graham, is this the event?
I've only stopped somebody one time, and I don't remember.
That's
it was
good.
a while ago. So.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, you don't necessarily need to knock him out to get a TKO, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But
And then,
if you
Just
do
ask
knock him out,
Ryan Garcia.
you could win our Knockout of the Week award.
There you go.
Hey, okay. Let's do
What you
that.
saying about Ryan Graham?
Honestly, I have the greatest picture that went around. I think I sent it to everybody. It's Tank and Ryan at the weigh-in. I'll send it to you guys after. It's really good. It's a very subtle joke that's been going around the internet. I don't know if everybody's seen it, but when I send it, you guys can talk about it later. I don't want to talk about it now and ruin it for everybody.
Well, I think they played a little bit too much before the fight. You can play with your opponent to a certain extent, but to me, looked like there's some kind of friendship added into that little anger when they was meeting weeks before the fight. When I seen them at press conference, I didn't really see that aggressiveness. I seen the acting aggressiveness between the both of them. They did push each other, and then you could just tell. And in my mind, I hate to talk like this because I love them both, but I'm not gonna say that. Like money and stuff like that. There's a big fight and everything and all that. But when they was engaging at the press conference, some of it would look like phony.
Yeah. I hate you. We're gonna make so much money.
Did he say that? Did they say
No,
that?
but that's probably what it is, man. That's probably what it is. They're like, I hate you, but we're gonna make millions.
That's Mike reading lips.
That's what I thought at first because they was too friendly. Not really. I would just bump you and stuff like that. But then they was like exchanging their hands too. But okay, they try to create a good atmosphere for everybody. A fight, Garcia and Tank and all that. Maybe they went overboard. I don't know because they seem pretty happy. They seem pretty happy before the fight. And confidence in yourself make you happy. Like you're gonna go out there, but I know that's just my opinion. Then the money was coming, and Ryan, he needed help. He needed more help than Tank Davis.
Ryan's just not at that caliber yet. He's not.
I think he is. He just needs somebody in his corner. I think he is. He just lacked the skills you need to keep him up there. Yeah, I think you don't think he's ready for Tank. That's what you're saying.
I think there was a lot of hype behind him, just like there's a lot of hype. I thought there was a lot of hype behind Rolly Romero. Same thing, right?
Okay.
Sure, they might look like they're ready for him, but the proof is in the pudding, man. He's a 3-division world champion. His last 10 fights have been against the number 1 guy in those weight classes. To me, Ryan Garcia did not look like a number 1 contender in a weight class to take a belt away from this man. Once you took away that left hook, he had nothing else. There was nothing else in his arsenal that he could
You
use.
just said you said the right words. He had nothing else. He
had
needs
nothing
somebody to train him. He needed to get taught some more stuff, and he needed that defense definitely had to be tight. You know, I'm always talking about defense.
No, he needed defense, and he got caught quick.
I think
in the
he's ready
round.
as a boxer. I think he's ready. He just need the right people behind him. That's all.
I just think he needs more ring time. He's not an active fighter. He's not active.
Well,
like what? You fought one time last year?
Okay.
So does anyone here think that John Ryder has a chance?
You got a point there. You got a
AJ.
Nah, I mean, you know,
John Ryder's going up against Canelo in Guadalajara.
he is a number 1 contender, but I don't think he has a chance. Canelo, you know, just like Oscar Valdez said, it sparked something in him after he lost to Bivol. He came back, fought Golovkin with a busted hand. He's hungry again, and I tell you one thing, I've heard a couple of
better man.
Yeah. You know, sometimes losing, you know, helps you win. You know, so he's a little bit hungrier from what I've seen, and he's, you know, I wouldn't say he's on his last leg. He still has so much boxing left to give. But I think after Bivol, for him, it's just nothing else in boxing. You know, I think he just wants to get on the golf course and start hitting his, you know, his golf balls. I think he's just right now his focus is Ryder, but he's already looking past Ryder and trying to.
He's already talking about Bivol. He's already talking about Bivol. He's talking about He's like, look, he's like, yo, I'm a better man. I am the better man, and he believes that, and he wants it, and he's gonna rematch it, man. That's whether he comes out on top.
Sometimes that's all it takes for you to believe in yourself a little bit more. Again, you know, he had a bummed wrist. You know, it's kind of hard to fight injured. I mean, I'm sure Tim knows all about that. So he had a bummed wrist. You know, he never used it as an excuse through his training. And, you know, what he said after the fight, well, my wrist is messed up, I'm going to get surgery. You know, he never said, I lost because of my wrist. Yeah, Bivol was the better.
Well, how much money was he making?
Canelo?
Million.
How much money was he making?
Oh.
Well, I don't got his phone number, so I couldn't ask him, but.
Oh, no, he made a lot of money. Did he make a lot of money?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, he knew his hand. His hand was hurt, right? Before the fight?
Yeah.
His
wrist.
So Alvarez guaranteed purse for that fight was $15 million. With a reported cap of 40, which is
so he's fighting with his arm hurt. He's fighting with his wrist hurt.
Or 70% of the pay-per-view sales. That's what the purse breakdown was.
Which, Mike, is a lot less than what he would have won if he would have fought a Charlo or somebody else. Like, that man has so much money. He's not worried about that anymore. He's worried about legacy. You know, when you get to the top and you're the face of boxing and you got hundreds of millions of dollars, you're not worried about money anymore. You just want that legacy. You want to, you know, be able to tell your grandchildren that you fought the best. You know, you've went out of your weight class to fight, you know, these guys that, you know, used to give you nightmares, and they used to say, don't do it because these guys are monsters. You know what? This guy, you know, he tried to put his armor on, and he had his sword in his hand. He lost. But guess what? He wants to come back. He's coming back stronger, and I believe he will. I'm not sure if he will beat Bivol because Bivol is such a smooth boxer. I mean, he just – and Tim, don't kill me for this, but he kind of reminds me not Muhammad Ali, but Muhammad Ali-ish because he's just so smooth. Like, I haven't seen a boxer like that in forever. So just watching him is just –
I gotta check him out. Canelo?
No,
Bivol.
Oh,
Bivol.
Canelo.
Oh, Bivol? Yeah, no, Bivol. Yeah, he's
Oh,
very
Bivol. I
good.
don't know. Shania, you getting your shoes on?
His guarantee for that fight was only
Alright.
$2 million, or 30% of the pay-per-view buys. That was his guarantee.
something like the Tyson Fury 30.
Yeah, well,
70,
here,
30.
I get 38 million and you get 2. And I'm gonna take 27 minutes to walk out to the ring while you get cold.
What those plans? Those tactics.
It is tactics. It is.
Yeah, something else is happening next week, right before May 6th, the 3rd of May. No Boxing, No Life. Canelo Promotions, Eddie Reynoso will be hosting Wednesday, May the 3rd, another fight of future champions over there in Guadalajara, Mexico, which 2 of them are in the Canelo Team Stadium stable. One of them is Lázaro Lorenzana, and the other one is Jonathan Gio La Roca Lopez. So they will be, so they will be fighting May the 3rd over there in Mexico. They couldn't make.
La Roca?
I don't know, but I'm guessing they could to the May 6th event because it was a joint promotion with DAZN and Canelo Team. So Eddie Hearn wants to bring his fighters too, and Canelo his fighters. So I'm guessing there wasn't enough space for all Canelo's fighters. So they just got this at the Domo Arena over there in Guadalajara, Mexico. They put this event together alongside with Clase y Talento in order to showcase the Canelo Team stable a little bit further, and while they're waiting for Saturday, May the 6th. So, hey,
he makes it sound so nice with that accent, eh?
I'm just going to ask you: is that all part of the Cinco de Mayo celebration? Like the whole? Is it like a whole 3-day affair?
Yeah. So he typically one thing about Canelo, this is classic Canelo. Cinco de Mayo fights. That's his thing. I got a little fly just flying around.
I could tell you didn't watch it. It's like
it's not breakdancing, guys.
Exactly.
Don't worry. Just give him an uppercut.
Yeah. This is classic Canelo to be fighting Cinco de Mayo fights. Every year around this time, he puts on a show. So I would say, yes, this is his day, his night. And, I can't wait. I was supposed to go down there, but can't make the flight. So I'll watch it pay-per-view here from home, and, and then we'll talk about it.
Send the ticket to Pearson and I'll pick it up. I'll bring you back a T-shirt.
Hey Jay, how much were those ringside tickets again for the Canelo fight?
$10,000, right?
I don't even know more because a bunch of people bought them, and then the resale value just went up out the roof. I do know that in Mexico, 50,000 Mexican pesos, which they were like if you.
So somebody's got a freight train outside their house.
Yeah, you got the train. Is that you, Double G?
That's not me.
Double G lives down by the water.
Right.
Yeah.
Shania, help me. Look at God.
Around $2,500 to $1,000 per ticket. But the resale value, I'm sure it went up, double that probably. So I think
$5,000 US for a ticket.
Hey,
5,000.
That's a lot of money.
When they put the tickets on sale, they were around $2,500 for the ringside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now they're double that.
Yeah, the nosebleed tickets were at $300.
See all this language, nosebleed. What kind of nosebleed? What's that mean?
Nosebleed tickets, right?
That means sitting in the roof.
Yeah.
Oh.
Starts to bleed.
I gotta start hanging out with you more so I can start understanding.
Yeah, this youthful language you use.
Oh, we had a good time. We had a good time. That was nice. This nice time on the show. I'm getting ready to go, guys. Okay, I got Shania hungry. My daughter, she hungry, and I got. We've been running around this morning. We had to go about an hour away and take care of some business. I'm kind of a little tired. Been training all week. I saw George Foreman real quick. I saw George Foreman hitting that heavy bag. I sent a message to him. I said, "Look, how about an exhibition?" Then you got Roy Jones and that weightlifter, and I've been sending messages to them. So I'm in good shape right now. I'm in good shape, and if I do exhibition, y'all enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. Okay, so I'm gonna head on out. Okay.
All right, we're just gonna talk about that George Foreman movie while you're off screen.
I didn't see it, but I know it's playing. I know he's a nice guy. That guy can punch. He can still punch.
Did you see the Instagram video of him? Did you see his Instagram video? He was in the gym like last week. 74-year-old.
Yeah, he was hitting that heavy bag. Yeah, but I'm in good shape. I can go. But the Roy Jones one and that weightlifter, I threatened him. I told him I knock one of them out. George, but I'm in good shape though. I'm in good shape. I just got to do more calisthenics and stuff. Yeah. Hey, I'll see you guys later, okay?
All right, Tim. Tim, thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you.
Hey, we'll meet again. See you later. Thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
I'm actually excited to see that movie, Big George Foreman. It looks real good.
Isn't there there's another a new boxing documentary out too, isn't there?
Let's ask Jay. Jay knows everything.
I definitely don't know everything. Mike knows everything. But no, Mike definitely knows everything. But no, the only one that I heard about was the George Foreman one, which I still haven't seen. So I will most likely see it in the next couple of days. Being a boxing fan myself, so I will most definitely see it. But I haven't been out there yet.
Is it the story of his comeback after that 10-year layoff? Is that what the story's about? Has anyone seen? I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, I believe it's his for his second run.
It's not about his spokesperson role as a George Foreman grill guy, right? How I made more money selling grills than boxing.
Well, you better watch it. That 75-year-old, 74-year-old guy will come after you. I wouldn't want to mess with his age.
Jen can knock me out next weekend when our crew's going out to the ring, and we're going to be live streaming that whole entire match. Actually,
yeah, that's very exciting. Yeah, the whole show, or
the whole show. Mike and another one of our guys, Neil, is going to be ringside commentating, and we've got maybe 4-person camera crew. Yeah. So it's going to be pretty good to be exciting in terms of live streaming that event.
Yeah, it should be a good event. It's going to be great. Looking forward to it. I get to be first on too, so then I get to enjoy the show.
Awesome! Hey. You can come ringside and help commentate.
I expect.
I would not have enough to say.
I got. Don't worry, I'll do enough talking for all of us.
Okay.
No, that's what Neil said.
Yeah. Oh, great, man! It's gonna be a battle of the mouse.
That's right. He said he's gonna provide color commentary, is what he said.
Oh, great! So I'll provide statistics and factual information, and he'll be the color commentary. Great.
That's right.
And now to you, Neil.
Easy.
Yeah, Jen. All you have to do is feed off of Mike.
Yeah. And I'll be fine. Yeah.
Oh, it'll be great.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I didn't realize your opponent was coming up from Mexico.
Yeah.
One of the girls that used to do a show for us, her name was Scarlett, and she was telling us one of the problems here is the lack of competition for women.
Yeah, for sure. We were trying to find somebody else. Like, it wasn't my first choice to do a rematch, but I mean, the options, the weight class, it just seems like where I'm sitting, Everyone's a little bit heavier than me or a little bit under me. And I know a lot of these guys do the weight loss before these fights. And I just find, I think as a woman, it's a lot harder to shed, even at just a couple of pounds. I naturally sit at this weight and feel most comfortable fighting at it. So I don't really want to compromise trying to lose. And I mean, it's not so scary gaining either, but as a woman, I feel most comfortable at my weight.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
Jen, due to the lack of competition,
Yeah.
In your weight class, where do you see yourself going? Do you have somebody in mind, in sight? Like, I know that I'm gonna throw this name out there, but Jessica McCaskill, she is in your same weight division. I'm not saying that that's something you want to do right now, but
She's gonna
Right.
take out Candy Wyatt and then Marie. What's it? Marie Eve Poole.
I should be writing these down.
yeah,
No,
'cause-
these are the girls in your division right now in
Right.
Canada, the top
Yeah.
girls. And there's
Yeah.
only 3 of you.
Yes, I do. My coach was saying that. Yeah.
There's only 3.
Are they all out? Are they?
Honestly, I just plan on taking it one fight at a time. Like people say, like, was it your dream to go pro? And I don't know that it really was. It wasn't like on my priority list. It was, offered to me, suggested by my coach, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, like I'm gonna give it a shot, and we'll see where things go.
Mike, out of curiosity, are those other 3 women in Montreal?
Yeah, I believe so.
Are they all GYM?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, it's the only other ones is Candy Wyatt, who is GYM, and Marie Pierre Huot, who fought last weekend, didn't she? Or pulled out.
She fought recently, or I don't think she won actually.
No, she did not.
It's a competitive division on a global level.
Yeah, on a global level, yeah, it's huge, right? Like in the top, you got McCaskill, Ryan McGee,
Wow.
you got Candy White, O'Shea Jones, you got Christy Bavington,
Bavo. Wow.
Yeah, Bavo's in here. Lauren Price. You got it. It's a big division. These
are good names. These are good names.
Yeah, and Jennifer is sitting between just above Lauren Price and Carrie Haley, and just under Beatrice Aguilar and Erica Alvarez. So
yeah,
awesome.
And again, I also wanted to point out real quick that you're coming on at one of the greatest moments in women's boxing. Women's boxing is skyrocketing right now. Clarissa Shields is about to hold, main event card June the 3rd, I believe it is, in Flint, Michigan. So, you're coming right now at the perfect moment. You stay strong, keep training, stay in weight, stay ready, because in boxing, when you're moving up, you really don't have to match you up will be pretty difficult, since you're still making yourself known. And when you have enough fights under your belt, people are going to start calling you out. Hey, you're going to end up being, top 3 contenders to the belt. And next thing you know, you could be getting, a title fight. But just, stay training, stay ready, stay your weight, and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. It's the plan.
As in keep winning.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays, even with the laws, I've seen women come back and when look at Amanda Serrano. She got 3 losses, Mike, and she's undisputed, first undisputed women or man boxing champion ever to come out of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So she has 3 losses. I got the fly bothering me again.
Sure.
But yeah. Hey.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm looking forward to that weekend though. I can't wait to see you fight ringside. I know you're gonna come through with the victory. You're gonna whoop her ass, and I'm gonna commentate all over that.
All right.
Yeah, and when she starts going down, when you start popping her with that jab, and with that straight, and you hurt her, she's gonna go down a lot. Think about what Tim said. You know, bring her right up. She go down, you bring her up. Yeah, she go down, you bring her up. Boom.
Bring her back up. Keep her up, man. Keep her on her feet, and we can punish her more.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't believe an hour flew by.
Well, Mike, is that it for today's show?
I guess it is. Yes. So we got some boxing to watch, guys. We got Zepeda tomorrow. We have Brandon Cook. That one I don't think is televised. So unfortunately, you guys won't be able to see that, but we'll let you know who wins. And hopefully there's a big knockout, because if not, I don't have a show Sunday. So Jennifer, it was a pleasure meeting you, and I can't wait to watch you ringside next weekend.
Thanks for having me.
It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Sorry that you didn't get to say much because we were talking too much about the current.
It's all good. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for having me.
That's great having you.
Yes. Grumpy Graham, anything you want to say?
No. I'll reserve my Eddie Hearn comments till next week.
Excellent. Jay, any last words, brother?
No, not too many last words. I'm happy to be back.
You gonna join me Sunday?
Yeah, I'll definitely join you Sunday.
Excellent.
I'll be gone a little bit tomorrow, but I will definitely be there Sunday.
Excellent.
I'm back, but never forgotten. I'm here to stay, baby. You know what it is. Come on, Mike.
I know what it is.
Hopefully Double G don't kill me next time I go rogue, but so yeah, glad to be back, and can't wait for Sunday.
Excellent.
I tell you what, we thought you were gonna break the internet, but instead you almost broke us.
God, hey, that's we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we will. Well, fans around the world, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Friday Night Panel with yours truly, Mike Orr, Grumpy Graham, Jay, and our special guest, Jennifer. You know what it is, guys. We got to get to work so you don't have to. We'll see you next week. Same time, same channel, new topics. Peace.